All right, if you run a business in the US, you need to hear this. The rules for beneficial ownership reporting have just completely flipped. A new interim rule has landed, and believe me, it dramatically changes who needs to file and how fast they need to do it. So let's get you up to speed in the next 5 minutes.
So here it is, the single biggest takeaway. As of March 26, 2025, the game has totally changed. Before this, both U.S. and foreign registered companies were on the hook. And now? Well, now all U.S. formed companies are exempt. The whole idea here was to cut down on the paperwork for domestic small businesses. So the entire focus is now pivoted to foreign companies that are registered to do business in the U.S.
To keep this super simple, we're going to use what I'm calling the rule of 3. If you remember absolutely nothing else from this, remember this phrase: domestic out, foreign in, 30 days. This is basically your compass for navigating this entire change. Okay, so that leads us to the big question, right? Does this new rule even apply to your company? Let's walk through a really quick decision map to figure it out.
The good news is, the answer isn't buried in some crazy legal jargon. Nope, it all boils down to just 2 simple facts about your company.
Just look at how simple this is. It really comes down to 2 questions. First, where was your company formed? Inside or outside the US? And second, is it registered to do business here? If your answer is foreign formed and registered, then yep, you're in scope. But if it was formed anywhere in the US, you're exempt. And this is the absolute key. It's all about the place of formation, not who owns it.
Okay, so if you figured out you're in scope, then we got to talk about the most urgent part of this whole thing: your new, very, very short deadline. Understanding how to figure out your start date, or what we call day 0, is absolutely critical.
And yeah, when we say 30 days, we mean 30 calendar days. That's right, weekends, holidays, they all count. This is a seriously tight turnaround, so you have to be ready to act fast.
So how exactly do you find day 0? Well, your 30-day clock starts on the earlier of 2 possible dates. The first is the day you get actual notice. Think of a confirmation email from the state. The second is the day the state's public registry, like a Secretary of State website, first shows your registration is effective. You got to keep an eye on both, because the one that happens first, that's your official starting pistol.
All right, so you know if you're in scope and you know your deadline. Now let's build your playbook. This section is all about the practical stuff, what info you need to gather, and just as important, how to file it safely and steer clear of all the scams out there.
Now, this is another huge simplification. For foreign company filings, you only have to report your non-U.S. beneficial owners. That's it. So if they've got a U.S. passport or a green card, they are completely off the list. The definition of a beneficial owner itself hasn't changed, but the list of people you actually report, oh yeah, that's changed big time.
And here's a fantastic, super practical tip for you. When you're looking at your cap table, your list of owners, just take a highlighter and shade out every U.S. person. It's like a visual stop sign that keeps you from wasting time gathering info on people who are now totally out of scope. It's a small trick that can prevent some major headaches.
So, what do you actually need to pull together for your filing packet? Well, it breaks down into 3 things. First, your company's basic identifiers. Second, the beneficial ownership info, so name, date of birth, address, and an ID number, but only for your non-US owners. And third, your day 0 proof. Save that confirmation email or grab a screenshot of the public registry, whichever one came first.
Now listen up, because this is super important. The official BOI filing is 100% free. FinCEN will never, I repeat never, call, text, or email you asking for money to file your report. Anyone who does is a scammer, plain and simple.
So how do you stay safe? It's really simple. If anyone asks for a filing fee or for your credit card, you stop. See a QR code in an email or some mailer about BOI? Ignore it. Get a call from someone claiming your report is late and demanding payment? Hang up immediately. And the big one? Always type the official FinCEN address, that's fincen.gov/BOI, directly into your browser. Don't ever click on links.
Okay, we've covered the what, the why, and the how. Let's bring it all home with a super clear action plan you can use, like, right now. Here are 4 things you can do the second this is over. First, go through your list of companies and tag them domestic, exempt, or foreign 30 days. Easy. Second, for those foreign entities, add a column in your tracker for the day 0 and the final due date. Third, find and save your day 0 evidence, that email and that screenshot. And finally, go block off 30 minutes on your calendar to just get it filed and be done with it.
And this table here, it really just breaks it down into the only 2 deadline situations you need to know about. If your foreign company was registered before March 26, 2025, you had a fixed deadline of April 25th of that year. If you registered on or after that date, your deadline is always going to be 30 calendar days from your specific day 0.
So let's end where we began, with that simple rule of 3. Domestic companies are out, foreign registered companies are in. And for them, it's a 30-day clock. Pinpoint your day 0, and the rest is really just paperwork. A few minutes of focus now is going to save you a massive headache later on.